Well, hello, Libra. This is Don from Sonoran Mystic Tarot, and welcome in. I appreciate you stopping by. This is your reading for the week of March 21st through the 27th. Before we get going, let me wish you guys a happy ending of this month. And I'm hoping that the first part of the month has been equally as good. Don't know what the reading's going to be yet because Spirit is downloading it to me as we speak. But hopefully I won't be doing too much to destroy that positive feeling that hopefully you've had so far. With that said, we are getting a little bit of a surprise this week. Instead of doing tarot, Spirit has determined that I should be doing this as a psychic, using my psychic skills because of the full moon's energy, which is amazing. It has put me on cloud 9 for the last few days, and I'm just running over with energy. So with that said, I'm going to be doing a psychic reading today for this. And so let's get rolling. This is your reading, again, Libra, for the week of March 21st through the 27th. Now, with every reading so far, and this will be no exception, there's like a title that comes to me. And on this one, it's the time to balance the scales. There you go. Time to balance the scales. I even wrote it down. Time to balance the scales. And then I sat and I said, okay, Spirit, give me some insight. Tell me what this means, because it could mean a lot of things. And man, the download started, which is wonderful. The most important thing that came through is that you yourself need to find balance. There is now this is I'm going to divide it up in a few different ways because this is quite interesting the way they came to me. The first thing, and more is just coming to now. It's like, okay, give me a minute, Spirit. The one thing that they said quickly is that you need to find balance. That somehow in your life you are out of balance. Okay. And what they're saying is, again, something is getting too much attention and other things are paying the price. So what they're asking me to remind you of and tell you of is that if you're working too long, remember that working too long part takes time away from the family and takes time away from rest. So either you're not resting fully or you're not having enough time with family, but you are definitely having too much time at work. Or you may be the other type who is having too much free time because you're not doing enough with work and you're not resting enough, and therefore now you're having too much free time, and that's not healthy either. I do not sense that anyone is overly rested. If anything, it's quite the opposite. So with the imbalance is either too much play or too much work, but it's time to get them into a more even keel. Now, it's interesting. Generally speaking, we break our days into 8-hour shifts. And so we have 8 hours of work, then 8 hours of rest, and then 8 hours of play, or pretty much work, play, and then rest. The point is 8-8-8. And so if you're not doing 8-8-8, and instead you're doing 10 or 12, and then 4 and 8, or however that breaks itself out, the point is that something's got to give. So the universe is telling you to step back a minute, to take a breath, to do an analysis and find out which way you need to do it, but adjust yourself and make sure, again, that you're giving yourself doesn't have to be quite equal, but a more balanced life where the family gets its time, your friends get their time, you get your rest, and the work environment gets what it needs as well. A good worker is not a tired worker. A good worker is not an out of focus worker because they've worked so hard that they've lost kind of, a balance of what they were doing. Again, find the balance, return the balance. Now, another thing that came into me when it said balance was a chemical imbalance. And there are a number of you out there who are going through a chemical imbalance. And I'm sensing for some it's a Gorder issue because there's something about the Gorder that does, I don't know what it does, but I'm told about a Gorder, and the Gorder messes things up and sends things crazy. Another one is the pancreas. I'm getting the pancreas. And so some people are having the sugar levels spiking and dropping. And they've been working on that. Pay attention to that. Again, you're out of balance there. I'm also getting some iron deficiency for some and some potassium deficiencies for some. And oh my goodness, there's a few of you out there who have cut salt very low to your diet. And now you're having problems. You're having memory problems. You're starting to have memory problems. You're starting to have other balance problems, equilibrium. You're starting to have some some tendencies, some kind of yeah. So if you're feeling if you're feeling strange, if you're feeling there's something going on where it's not quite right, it probably isn't. Not a doctor, can't diagnose. Don't go wrong. Don't get me wrong there. I'm not telling you what to do in that sense. But what I'm saying is go to a doctor. Say, you know what, if you're not feeling well, then go ask the doctor, hey, what's happening here? If you're feeling like something is at play, something is again is working, against you, then make sure that you reach out, because there is something to be said for this. The other thing that came through to me was the balance of power. Again, this goes back to that justice that scales again in the balance. And the other thing is balance of power. I'm sensing that you gave in and you gave away some of your power. You have over time given away some of your control. And it hasn't worked out to your best. And you need to review that. You need to say, you know what, maybe it's time for me to start taking back that. Now, I'm not saying go out there and be an ass. I'm not saying go out there and take control and say, look at me, I'm now. No. No. Stop the presses. No. But what I am saying is that get back your power, get back your voice, get back you who have opinions and are willing to share them. Get back the you who is a good leader and can lead when needed. Get back the you who will offer your advice, and people generally take it and they follow it. Get back to that person. Get back to you who feels confident and strong enough in your friendships and relationships to have conversations that a lot of friends wouldn't, because you had the balance enough to understand that, yes, I could risk my friendship, but yes, my friend needs to know this. And your friends understood that. So find that person again, because you lost it. And I don't know if it's because of like some of the last few months or over the last year. It seems like this is more recent. And so I'm guessing the number of months. I'm guessing it's also coming on the tails of all this other crap that's going on in the world. And it's just like your confidence is shaken. Get it back. Libra, wake the heck up. That's all I can say. Wake up and get back to where you were. Get back to who you were. People love you. People embrace you, and people look forward to visiting with you. So give them that person. You. Not only are you worth it, they know you're worth it. I mean, it's amazing how, I'm worth $1 billion in my head. I wish my bank account thought that, but it doesn't. People don't think that highly of me, or maybe so. I don't know. Just kidding. The point is again, Libra, get back to who you were. Get back to the person people wanted you to be and that you were comfortable with, and get back to getting back your life and getting back on track. So if you're having a chemical or health imbalance, get it taken care of. If you have a power imbalance, step up to the plate, make that change. If you have a quiet voice and you let it sit back on the back, come forward and step into your power, own it. But again, find the balance. Find the balance. If you are in a work environment where you are working too much or just not enough, change it around. Again, get it. So with that said, I'm going to let you go. But while you're balancing things, balance right below me and hit that subscribe button there if you're on YouTube. Now, beside that is a little bell. It's an icon that looks like a bell. Click that one, and you'll get notices every time I download something, or when I go live on Wednesday evenings and Thursday mornings for free tarot readings, personalized tarot readings. Then you're welcome to come in and get your own as well. And then one more biggie, and that is over here. We're back on YouTube still. Click that like button. What does that do? It tells the algorithm that this is information that should be shared, that people want to hear, and therefore the algorithm then shares it with more people. So again, that like button is super important. So while we're at it, I'm going to get myself getting out of here because it has been a good reading, but it's time to say goodbye. So enjoy yourself this week. Again, listen and heed my advice. Find that balance. Get back to you. Find the you that you know you were, the you that you love and appreciate, and the you that you felt very comfortable with, and therefore are shocked now when you think about it and you're like, wow, you're right, I kind of lost that me. Get back to that me. That's a good me. Not that is what you are isn't now, but that is the traditional and very nurturing you that you have always wanted to be and that you're comfortable with. So with that said, I'm going to let you go. Have an amazing week, and we will talk next week with another reading and back to tarot cards, I'm sure. Bye-bye.